name is Ron Benson. I'm an electrical engineer, father of two, and as you can see from my flat concentric nipple rings, I'm a member of this planet's top race!
I'm Daryl Jefferson. I'm a landscaper. And I'll be damned if that ripple nipple bitch's race is superior. The cone nipple people will rule this world!
You shut your mouth, you dirty knife nipple bastards!
What'd you say to me, you target chest piece of shit?
Race war! Stress beacon!
Oh yeah, baby!
You're excited about that?
I'm confused as to how, at this point, Morty is surprised by anything that Rick says or does.
Except Morty's character is largely based around him being a clueless idiot, so if you really don't think he'd be surprised by shit that Rick does, you're an idiot.
The first rule of space travel, kids, is always check out distress beacons.
Oof, Rick is using an outdated space travel rulebook. The most important rule of space travel is to wear your seatbelt.
Unfunny joke is unfunny.
Seems like something terrible happened here.
Really? Where'd you get that idea, Summer? Was it the ship in disarray? No signs of life? Or maybe the f***ing distress beacon that brought you here? Summer makes worse observations than Forrest Whitaker and Species.
That's pretty hypocritical, coming from a guy who just randomly points things out on the screen for a living.
Oh yeah, if you find a room full of eggs, don't shy away from it. Give one of them a shake.
So does this mean that xenomorphs exist in this universe? Which would also mean the regular space exploration is something that exists on Earth, and Rick shouldn't be getting away with as much as he does. Also, does no one find it weird that when they watch Ghostbusters or Gorillas in the Mist, that the lead actress looks straight up like Ellen Ripley?
Yeah, none of what you just said was true or a sin in any way. It was just an annoying waste of our time. Also, Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Oh, hey, you're alive. Thank God.
False optimism.
Usually I'd let sins like this slide because, while they are annoying, they're not the worst sins in the world, but this one is kinda stupid, seeing as he said optimism. Do you actually know what that word means? Cause this is more an example of false relief than false optimism.
And how do you know it didn't get on the ship with you? Those two ding-dongs seem pretty calm about the whole thing.
Which poses the question, why did they wait till now to attack the rest of the crew? Even if Unity was hoping someone would show up from the distress signal they could also take over, that still doesn't explain why these two didn't attack after the beacon was transmitted.
This is a cartoon that's meant to be funny and not logical. These two waiting to attack until Rick got there was meant to give us his perspective of the situation. In other words, Discount Jeremy fails to understand things that are done for the sake of the audience.
Why screech and make the attack incredibly obvious? There's gotta be a better way for a brilliant entity to expertly and covertly convert everyone into, well, everyone.
Pointless nitpicking is pointless.
Trying to find our weed whacker.
Jerry is dumb. You know that. I know that. But I can't help but sin that he's looking for a long lawn tool on a shelf where no one would ever store a weed whacker.
So you admit that he's ridiculously stupid but then sin his character for doing something stupid? That's very stupid.
Your father put a hatch in my garage.
Which means now you have even more storage space under the garage, and probably added $10,000 to $20,000 to the value of the house. Jerry never sees the glass half full.
Unfunny joke is unfunny.
This is season 2, and they still haven't managed to move this plug down here to one of the obvious 3 open ports? I hate you all.
The fuck is the sin here? Oh no, a cartoon shows a plug in a place that I didn't want it to be. That's a mistake.
When we met, I was a young hive mind.
People who talk to you while walking away.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Mount Rushmoring this quickly. Show really puts the rush into Rushmore, huh?
And the point of that sin was... Oh, you thought that joke about putting the rush into Rushmore was funny. Well, that's embarrassing.
Well, this explains the $6,000 electric bill.
Wait, what was the previous explanation? That sounds far more exciting than this Jerry Beth bickering bee story.
No, it doesn't. Are you tripping?
This woman was a drug addict on the verge of suicide. Now she's a marine biologist.
Which isn't impressive when you consider that everyone on the planet is also a marine biologist, thanks to the hive mind.
Yes, you're correct. But that's not a mistake that the showrunners made. It's simply an aspect of the plot that a character within the episode is failing to understand because it goes against her principles. What don't you get about this?
Are they all the same organism? Is the mind telling them to puke? Unity can read their minds, improve them with education, link everyone together, and relieve her drug binge through individuals? How does this even work?
It doesn't matter how it works because this is a cartoon. It's not meant to be taken seriously or to be examined. You're supposed to roll a joint, smoke the joint, and then vibe to Rick and Morty without thinking. In other words, stop thinking about it.
I can let go.
Can you also teleport people? Because in exactly 4 seconds, the city is destroyed and all the people are somehow way over here.
Hey! We're right here! We're fine!
Rick can hear this from far away, inside a building, and with loud techno music playing.
Please refer to the previous sin.
Hey, these two freaks have no race.
Speaking of freaks, what's going on with this crowd of totally still people back here? Are they Unity controlled, just standing by, all hands on hips, angry looking? Are they rioters, frozen in terror? Or is this lazy animation?
It could be either of the two other options you mentioned and is therefore not an actual sin. Thank you for disproving your own point. It's kind of like arguing with a flat earther.
You want to go upstairs and cut carrots and watch a Lifetime original above a alien dungeon?
Surprisingly, Mommy May I Please Have an Alien Dungeon proved to be a very uplifting piece of filmmaking, especially for a Lifetime movie.
Unfunny joke is unfunny.
I once saw him briefly forget the word for humans.
This sets up a joke later in the episode, but it's really not that big of a deal to forget a word every now and again. Our minds calculate thousands of decisions a day, so what if we forget a word? Like right now, I'm having trouble remembering the word for that thing that's like soft, but then it gets hard. You know, you put it in holes and cracks. It's really good in places that are wet.
God, that's disgusting.
Blim Blam could rip the chains off this whole time. Then why was he still locked up?
Maybe he just wasn't able to break the chains, but then got an adrenaline rush when Jerry and Beth started arguing, which allowed him to do what he did. But even if I'm wrong, who the hell cares?
I'd laugh, but I'm biologically incapable.
But somehow capable of communicating clear words and dynamically expressive versions of just not able to ha-ha.
Yes, because that's what the episode tells us. Anyway, what was the sin here?
No more alien prisoners.
But aliens suspended in some sort of liquid chamber are okay? Is anyone going to address these?
Pointless nitpicking is pointless.
Lay it down. Let me see your hand.
Emotionally relevant song sincerely plays at the end of a Rick and Morty episode while also making fun of emotionally relevant songs that play at the end of TV shows. Cliché.
That's not a cliche, buddy.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family.